And hello YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone Team Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and movie review for the brand new John Krasinski film, If, starring John Krasinski. Probably butchered his last name, I apologize. And of course, Ryan Reynolds. So If tells the story of a young girl named Bee who's going through a little bit of a difficult time right now as her father, played by John Krasinski, he's dealing with a sickness. So they move back to their old home so they can spend time with their grandmother while he gets his medical stuff in check. And she's just kind of bummed out. And then she ends up meeting imaginary friend. That's what the movie's called, If. And she runs into one, and she has no idea why she can see it. So she runs into one, and she ends up bumping into Ryan Reynolds' character, who is kind of like not a detective, but kind of like a placement person who places imaginary friends with new kids. As you know, kids get older, they lose their imaginary friends. He gets them together, and then he tries to place them with new kids so that way they can keep moving forward and doing their jobs, not making kids happy and being there for them. So the young girl Bee decides she's gonna end up helping Ryan Reynolds to try to help these imaginary friends find new homes. And that's basically the gist of this film. And I'm gonna tell you this right off the bat: this movie's great. There's something happy about this film that when I came out of it, I just smiled, and it was just a lot of fun. Steve Carell plays the big one, the purple monster, or purple imaginary friend called Blue. He was great as the character, and it was just such a heartwarming feeling film, and it was just great. It had some moments for children, but this movie kind of reminded me of Pixar, if Pixar did a live action film for adults but kid friendly. That's what Pixar movies are. They look like they're for kids, but most of the movies are mostly for adults, but they're really kid friendly. So that's exactly what this movie felt to me. It kind of felt like a live action Pixar film. Feels good for kids, but it's mostly for adults, but it's appropriate for kids. But it was just a fun film. I think every character in here were great. You had like voice casting, a lot of different voice casters in here. You had George Clooney in this film. And once you hear one of the voices, you'll be able to spot him out. You had obviously Bradley Cooper, although he's in the trailer. He plays the Ice Cube. Kind of reminded me of him just playing Rocky Raccoon, so that was great. You had the actor from Law and Order, Organized Crime, or SVU as well, Stabler. He was in this movie as well as a character. I thought his character was pretty cool, and so many others in here. These imaginary friends were a lot of cool moments, and I just laughed, smiled, felt warm inside. It was just a fun little movie. It reminded me that that when you were a child, having an imaginary friend, that feeling should never go away. And I thought that stuff worked really, really well. My only problem with this film was I kind of wish we got to spend a little bit more time with the other imaginary friends in here, because all of them pretty much all shine in their own way, and they all had good, screen time moments, and it was just great. I wanted to see more of that. And and Ryan Reynolds was just Ryan Reynolds doing his thing. He was great. The little girl who plays Bee, she was great as well. She's the same girl who plays Judith in Walking Dead. I just remember her name, her real name. So she was fantastic in this as well. John Krasinski was great as well. That's a small role he had because he plays the father. He was great. The actress who plays Aunt Petunia from Harry Potter, she plays the grandmother. She was great for the role she had. Everybody did a really good job in this film, and I highly recommend checking this film out. If you already saw Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes and Fall Guy, check this movie out. It's a lot of fun, and I think you're going to like it a lot. And if you don't, that's cool too, no worries. But for me, I enjoyed it very, very much, and I'm probably going to go see it again before it comes out on digital. So, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. And what exactly... did you guys ever have an imaginary friend growing up as a kid? You guys remember that? Leave me a comment below. Let me know. Stay tuned for more. Thank you very much, and have a good day.